Hello everyone, it's your host Cyber, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to be showing you on how to increase your system's RAM and increase apps and games performance for your favorite apps and games. Before we get started, if you're brand new to the channel or you just recently discovered this channel, please consider to subscribe, and if you didn't find this video very informational and it did help you in some form or fashion, consider liking this video. It shows appreciation to the channel and it gives me motivation to keep uploading videos. So, what are we talking about and how can we do it? So, what is RAM? First, we have to go by what it is RAM and what is RAM used for and how does it involve you as a person in your daily life. If you own a phone, a computer, or any other device, whether if it's a gaming handheld like a PSP or Nintendo DS or Nintendo Wii, etc., each and every device that you use has some kind of RAM. Whether if it's a small amount of RAM or a huge amount of RAM, it has RAM to be able to do certain functions within that device parameters. If we take RAM and we use it as a storage device, which we can, it can utilize a lot of applications that can be useful for their daily use. However, what RAM is may be storage. It may be storage. It is not a permanent storage. When your PC shuts down or your device shuts down, all the content within your RAM gets deleted. Unless your system goes into some kind of hibernation mode where it temporarily stores that data in RAM because the RAM is currently being powered, but the rest of the system isn't. RAM in non-abbreviated term is considered called random access memory. This is where your CPU of your computer sends the information to the RAM and stores it on one of the chips that are bundled into your RAM chip. It will send each information will be pushed in and pushed out to the next slot of RAM, and until the CPU needs it again, it will stay in RAM unless it's needed. If it's not needed, what will happen is that the CPU of that device will send an information to delete that code from RAM and give it free access for the next following command. RAM is something that can vary between devices, and we all know that. We all know that devices can be upgraded with higher amounts of RAM, and some devices have their RAM soldered in. We can consider the PSP as the original PSP, the PlayStation Portable, not the PS Vita. It has a way to not only expand the internal storage, but you cannot expand the RAM nor its VRAM. And each one has its own proprietary elements or programming that is built for that specific device. You can't upgrade this RAM, and the RAM is very limited. If you're on PC, RAM is depicted on the amount of how much data can be stored and be sent out to your CPU. If we head over to right now to settings, we head over to about, we can see that we have 32 gigabytes of installed RAM. But just imagine you had only 4 gigabytes of RAM that you could utilize for your operating system and your applications. How can you improve this to improve your system performance and applications and games overall? Well, if you're on Windows, this is an epic solution. If you're on Windows 10 or 11, it's the same situation, but for 7 and for 8 and below, you may have to do a little bit more research for your system. If you're on Windows 11 or 10, you can head over to Advanced System Settings. You can close this window, and you will see the System Properties. There will be do not have to go anywhere else and stay in. You should automatically go into the Advanced tab. Once you're in the Advanced tab, all you have to do is search for the option called Performance, Visual Effects, Processor Scheduling, and Memory Usage and Virtual Memory, which we're going to be editing. When you click Settings, another window will pop up called Performance Options. What you'll need to do is you'll need to click Advanced, and you'll see two different sections. The first section is called Processor Scheduling. This chooses how to allocate the processor resources. So, for example, if 4 gigabytes is beyond what your system can handle, you can adjust to just the virtual memory to either consider for programs that you utilize or the background services. Then the virtual memory is a paging file, is an area of the hard disk that Windows uses as if it were RAM. This is what we're going to be editing. This is what's going to help give your game additional more RAM. This will not 100% improve your game's performance, but it will allow it to run at least not by much. Just remember that depending on your system and system's hardware, this can also affect you negatively or positively. If you have an SSD, and your main OS is on your SSD, this is a great opportunity to disable automatically manage paging file size for all drives and select your SSD. You can click custom size and select your initial megabytes. This is where the initial page file starts at, such as 4 gigs is recommended. 8 gigs can be the second recommended. You can give as much as you want, as long as it's in parameters where the system can recognize and asks you to restart. Here, if you look below here, there's a total paging file size for all drives. The minimum allowed is 16 megabytes. The recommended, this is all varies per system, so not every system is going to be like mine. And they're currently allocated is 4,864, which is less than the recommended. Now, though that you can do this, and this will help performance and applications to perform better, this does take a good amount of space. So just be aware that the more you add to it, the more space you will need to allocate this page file. Now, what are the advantages of having a page file and having a non-page file? Well, if you have 4 gigabytes of RAM and you don't have a page file, your system can suffer massive performance issues, including slowdowns, applications not working properly, Windows not working properly, and system crashes. This is something that's really uncommon, but it can happen on a under-spec system. If you're planning to buy a PC and you're wanting to make sure that you want to use as little storage as possible, consider upgrading your current system from 4 gigabytes to 8 gigabytes or more, or buy a system that at least has the minimum of either 8 or 16 gigabytes. It's going to thank you a lot, and you won't have an issue of running your favorite applications or games. Beyond that, that's pretty much on how to change your VRAM. Once you select OK and you on changes, it will ask you will need to restart your PC and restart your PC. Once the PC restarts, or the device that has Windows on it, it will immediately start deleting the old page file and recreating the new one with a new size. You'll notice that performance within Windows, if you have an SSD, may increase because of this page file. But if you have enough RAM like I do, a page file would do nothing, because you already have a lot of RAM for Windows to run and your applications and games to run properly. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, you found this video informative, please leave a like on this video and subscribe. I will see you guys in the next one. I have another video considering Big Larry, and if you want more info, I will leave that info in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Peace out. Happy holidays.